Philadelphia Eagles fans are still riding the emotional highs and lows of a season that had everything: moments of brilliance, moments of frustration, and a spotlight on one of the most electrifying players to ever wear the midnight green. A.J. Brown. From the moment he arrived in Philadelphia, Brown transformed the Eagles' offense into something dynamic and unpredictable. His combination of raw speed, physicality, and precise route running has made him a nightmare for defenders and an undeniable asset for his team. The excitement he brought to the field changed the culture around the receiving corps and reignited hope for fans who had waited years for a true top-tier wideout. The numbers alone tell a story of dominance. 4 consecutive seasons with over 1,000 receiving yards, 32 touchdowns in total, and a remarkable ability to consistently impact every game from his explosive rookie season through 2024. Brown's performances have defined what it means to be a game-changer in Philadelphia, providing fans with highlight reel moments and a sense of anticipation every time he stepped onto the field. Yet, his career in the city has not been without complications. As fans celebrate his achievements, there are also questions about his future and the dynamics between him and the organization. The 2025 season illustrated that even elite players can experience periods of friction, both on and off the field. Despite recording 121 targets, 78 receptions, and over 1,000 receiving yards, subtle dips in efficiency and some critical missteps in key games led to heightened scrutiny. A.J.'s ability to create separation declined slightly, and while still elite, these shifts raise concerns about the long-term sustainability of his explosive impact. More than statistics, it was the visible frustration during certain games, the moments of disengagement, and the tension observed on the sidelines that began to dominate headlines and fan conversations. In particular, the wild-card matchup against the 49ers was a defining moment, where crucial drops and a perceived lack of focus contributed to an early playoff exit. That game became emblematic of the season as a whole, highlighting both his extraordinary talent and the moments where inconsistency surfaced under pressure off the field. The situation became equally complex. Interactions with coaches and teammates were sometimes tense, with public sideline exchanges drawing attention to a disconnect that had been simmering beneath the surface, while gestures of sportsmanship, like leaving a signed jersey for a fellow player, demonstrated Brown's respect for peers. They did little to address questions about accountability and commitment to team goals. The challenge for the Eagles has been navigating this duality, recognizing A.J. Brown's value as one of the league's top wide receivers while confronting the realities of personality clashes and organizational expectations. Philadelphia has always prided itself on toughness and transparency, and the optics of frustration, even among its most talented stars, are never overlooked. How the team balances respect for Brown's abilities with the need for cohesion and consistent professionalism is a puzzle that has become central to the off-season narrative. Financial considerations add another layer to this intricate situation. A.J. Brown carries a substantial cap hit for 2026, and any potential move would require careful planning to manage the dead money implications. The Eagles face a difficult choice: retain an elite talent with a significant salary commitment, or explore options that could reset the wide receiver position while preserving long-term financial flexibility, with Devonta Smith also commanding a major contract and John Hightower approaching free agency. The front office must evaluate multiple variables simultaneously. Decisions must account for maintaining competitive performance on the field, ensuring chemistry within the locker room, and navigating the salary cap to avoid compromising the team's future. Howie Roseman's expertise in cap management has been critical in past seasons, but the A.J. Brown situation presents a particularly nuanced challenge that requires balancing talent retention with fiscal responsibility and roster strategy. The possibility of a change in leadership on the offensive side of the ball is another factor influencing Brown's future. Conversations around potential offensive coordinators have highlighted names like Brian Daboll, Todd Monken, and Davis Webb, each bringing a unique approach that could reinvigorate the team's passing attack. A fresh system could provide A.J. with new motivation and opportunities to maximize his skill set alongside Devonta Smith and Jalen Hurts. Conversely, if disagreements remain irreconcilable, a parting of ways might be considered necessary to preserve overall team harmony. The timing of any such decision is critical, particularly given Brown's age, physical peak, and the subtle signs of declining explosiveness noted in his metrics over the past season. Philadelphia must act thoughtfully to ensure that they do not lose a key contributor. Without a strategic plan to mitigate the impact on both performance and locker room morale, rumors have long linked A.J. Brown to other franchises, with teams like the New England Patriots frequently mentioned as potential landing spots. The appeal of a disciplined coaching staff and a young quarterback on a cost-effective contract makes certain organizations ideal candidates to harness Brown's abilities fully. The Eagles must consider these possibilities carefully, evaluating not just the financial and logistical aspects of a trade, but also the potential ripple effects throughout the roster. How the team handles this situation will influence perceptions of leadership, the development of other players, and the trajectory of the offense as a whole. A.J.'s legacy in Philadelphia is already secure in terms of individual achievements, but the closing chapter of this story is still being written and carries significant implications for the organization. Meanwhile, the fanbase remains deeply invested, watching every development with anticipation and concern. A.J. Brown has been a figure who inspires both admiration and frustration, delivering spectacular plays while also navigating challenges that test his relationships with coaches, teammates, and the organization. The narrative surrounding him this offseason is emblematic of the broader dilemmas faced by elite teams, managing high-level talent, preserving team chemistry, and making decisions that balance short-term results with long-term strategy. Philadelphia's approach will set the tone not only for A.J.'s career trajectory, but also for the evolution of the Eagles' offense in seasons to come. The coming months promise a period of strategic maneuvering, evaluations, and difficult choices that will shape the team's identity and competitiveness for years ahead. In examining A.J. Brown's impact on the field, one cannot overlook the tangible excitement he has generated every game. His presence demands attention, whether it is his ability to break tackles, create separation, or make contested catches in high-pressure situations. He has pushed defenders to their limits and altered defensive strategies simply by lining up on the field. His combination of size, speed, and agility is rare in today's league, and it has allowed him to maintain elite productivity despite shifting offensive schemes. Yet, the broader story extends beyond physical talent. The interplay between personal motivation, team dynamics, and organizational strategy now defines the conversation. How Philadelphia addresses these elements will influence not only the immediate success of the offense but also the long-term structure of the roster, particularly at the wide receiver position. As the Eagles prepare for the offseason, the importance of strategic planning cannot be overstated. A.J. Brown's situation exemplifies the challenges of balancing individual brilliance with collective performance. The team must weigh options regarding trades, contracts, offensive strategies, and potential coordinator changes, all while ensuring that the locker room remains cohesive and motivated. Devonta Smith and Jalen Hurts represent key components of the equation, and integrating these pieces effectively will require deliberate thought and decisive action. Financial considerations, player performance metrics, and leadership dynamics intersect in complex ways, creating a scenario that demands both analytical rigor and intuitive decision-making from the front office. The choices made in this period will echo for seasons, influencing Philadelphia's ability to contend at the highest level and maintain a culture of excellence. The narrative surrounding A.J. Brown is also an emotional one. Fans have witnessed unforgettable moments, from game-winning receptions to highlight catches that have defined critical matches. At the same time, they have seen moments of visible frustration and disengagement that have fueled speculation and concern. Brown's story in Philadelphia is not simply one of statistics, but of the broader human experience. In professional sports, triumph, tension, challenge, and the constant interplay between talent and circumstance, the Eagles, their supporters, and the wider NFL community are all watching closely as this story unfolds, aware that the decisions made in the next months could redefine the team's direction, A.J. Brown's legacy, and the overall landscape of the league. Looking ahead, the Eagles' offseason is shaping up to be one of the most pivotal in recent memory. Every decision regarding A.J. Brown will ripple through the organization, from personnel choices to offensive philosophy. The team must consider not just the immediate impact of retaining or trading him, but also how these choices influence the development of younger players and the chemistry of the roster. John Hightower's impending free agency, for instance, highlights the need for continuity at the wide receiver position. If Brown departs, finding a reliable third option quickly becomes a priority. Draft strategy and free agent acquisitions will need to be carefully aligned, to ensure that the passing game does not lose momentum, even in the absence of a star like Brown. Meanwhile, retaining him carries the weight of expectations. The Eagles must provide the structure, support, and strategy that allows him to thrive while maintaining balance across the offense. One of the critical elements under review is offensive leadership. The addition of a new coordinator could serve as a turning point for A.J. Brown's engagement. Fresh schemes, innovative play calling, and an emphasis on maximizing separation and route versatility could reignite his passion and production. The potential candidates bring varying approaches, some favoring explosive vertical concepts, others prioritizing timing and precision. Each presents both opportunities and risks. The ability of the coordinator to foster buy-in and trust with Brown, while maintaining accountability, will likely determine whether the player's elite skills are fully harnessed or underutilized. Beyond strategy, the interpersonal aspect cannot be understated. Philadelphia's locker room culture prizes toughness, resilience, and mutual respect. And ensuring that Brown's personality aligns with this ethos is crucial for long-term cohesion. Simultaneously, A.J. Brown's physical profile demands close monitoring. His combination of speed, strength, and agility has been exceptional. But subtle changes in separation metrics suggest that defenses are beginning to adjust. While the differences are small numerically, they can have meaningful impacts on explosive plays and contested catches. Timing in any trade or retention decision is therefore critical. A move to late might reduce his market value, while a premature decision could risk losing a player still capable of elite contributions. The Eagles must weigh these factors carefully, projecting performance while considering how his presence affects both offensive efficiency and locker room leadership. Teams across the league will be watching closely, evaluating whether Philadelphia's handling of the situation provides opportunities to acquire a proven weapon or capitalize on a player whose current circumstances may be limiting his output. From a broader perspective, the situation illustrates the delicate balance between individual excellence and team objectives. A.J. Brown is a player capable of altering games on his own, yet football remains a collective effort. Decisions about his role, potential trade, or changes in scheme will reflect the organization's priorities, whether immediate competitiveness outweighs long-term flexibility, whether star power is balanced with team cohesion, and how the salary cap influences every strategic choice, every adjustment in personnel, every play design, and every organizational decision will interact with Brown's presence on the field, making his status a central axis around which the Eagles' offensive planning rotates. FlyEaglesFly News family, smash subscribe and hit like. Your support keeps the freshest Philadelphia Eagles updates flying in. Drop your take in the comments and let's talk birds. In a move that has reportedly sent shockwaves across the NFL, whispers from multiple sources suggest that the Philadelphia Eagles and New England Patriots are engaged in talks for what could be one of the most surprising trades in recent memory. The rumor, still unconfirmed, points to Eagles executive Howie Roseman as the mastermind behind a maneuver that could redefine the dynamics of both franchises. League insiders describe the potential trade as bold, unprecedented, and the kind that only Roseman would dare attempt, though details remain scarce. Speculation is mounting about the players involved. Rumors hint that the Eagles could be looking to bolster their roster with a high-impact talent from New England, while the Patriots might be eyeing young, versatile assets from Philadelphia to fuel a long-term rebuild. Analysts are already debating the possible strategic implications. Could this be the Eagles betting on immediate championship contention, or the Patriots positioning themselves for a new era under their current management? Either way, the mere idea of a deal between these two franchises has fans buzzing and social media aflame. The reaction across NFL circles has been immediate. Pundits are calling it a seismic shakeup and the kind of trade that forces every other GM to rethink their playbook. Fans from both sides have taken to forums and Twitter, speculating on who could be on the move and how this could affect team chemistry. Some insiders caution that trades of this magnitude often involve complex negotiations and conditional picks, suggesting that even if talks are real, the final deal might look very different. From initial leaks, what makes this rumor particularly electrifying is the reputation of Roseman himself, known for his willingness to make audacious moves. He has previously orchestrated trades that stun the league, and if this one materializes, it could cement his status as one of the NFL's most daring executives. Meanwhile, Patriots head coach and front office are rumored to be weighing the options carefully, with a focus on maintaining the teams' long-term competitiveness while potentially adding a marquee player to their roster. As the NFL rumor mill churns, one thing is clear: fans of both the Eagles and Patriots are holding their breath. A trade of this scale could shift power in the league and ignite debates for months to come, whether it happens or not. The speculation itself has already shaken the foundation of off-season chatter. And if Roseman has anything to do with it, this story is far from over. That's a wrap from FlyEaglesFly News. If you want the fastest Eagles updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Sound off in the comments. Let's talk birds.